Welcome to the weather for the week ahead from the Met Office. All change with the weather this week. The winds have been pretty light recently, but it's going to turn very blustery indeed for all parts, especially through the middle of the week. And it's also going to turn an awful lot wetter as well. We're basically replacing high pressure with low pressure. The high that's been with us for a while has already kind of wobbled away onto the near continent, and these weak weather fronts bringing a bit of patchy rain here and there. But as we go through Tuesday, and more particularly into Wednesday, deep areas of low pressure come whizzing in off the Atlantic. The isobars really pinching together, telling us it's going to be very windy, and these weather fronts will all bring spells of rain across the country as well. Why the change? Well, for that we need to rewind the clock and take a look at what's going on high up in the atmosphere with the jet stream. Nowhere to be seen close by to the UK on Monday, but it is gathering out in the Atlantic. This increased energized jet stream then streams these areas of low pressure towards us through Tuesday and Wednesday, and eventually actually drifts down and bisects the UK. So it's that shift in the jet stream that's bringing us the much more unsettled weather through the middle of this week. However, it's not here yet, and Tuesday will start dry and bright, and with a frost across the south once more, should hang on to some sunny spells across East Anglia and the southeast for most of the day. Patchy rain over northern England and Scotland, that will be largely confined to the hills by the afternoon. So for many, Tuesday's still a dry day, if fairly cloudy, but the first of those wet and windy spells arriving across Northern Ireland and northwest Scotland late in the day. Ahead of that, though, still, I say, a lot of fine dry weather and some quite mild, certainly milder than recently across East Anglia and the southeast. A bit of brightness here, could see temperatures getting up close to the teens. But the winds will start to strengthen in the northwest as this area of low pressure moves close by on Tuesday evening. Gusts of 65, maybe 75 miles an hour around exposed coasts in the far north. That could cause some travel disruption. That low then heads away, but its trailing weather front will bring a spell of rain steadily spreading across the country during Wednesday. That rain will be heavy at times, particularly on hills in the west. It won't rain all day across parts of the east. There'll be some decent drier spells, and Scotland probably starting off with quite a bit of sunshine on Wednesday before the rain then moves back further north once more. So for many, it is a wet and windy Wednesday. Temperature-wise, double digits, so again milder than it was for much of last week, but obviously it's not going to feel all that mild with the rain in most places and a gusty wind. That wind, though, is going to strengthen further on Wednesday night as that weather front clears by. Just look at the little pinch in the isobars there, initially across southern parts of Ireland, but then those closely packed isobars really then move across England and Wales during Wednesday night and throughout Thursday. So we have another Met Office yellow warning in place for those gusty conditions. Inland, 50 to 55 miles an hour. Around coast, particularly western coast, 60 to 70 miles an hour possible through Wednesday night and Thursday. And again, it could cause some travel disruption. So it's looking pretty blustery from Wednesday onwards. Gusty conditions persisting throughout Thursday, and it's basically looking showery as well. So bands of showers zipping through a gusty, boisterous day. It won't rain all day, one of those days where the weather's just chopping and changing as those showers zip through across the country. Heavy showers as well. Temperature-wise, if it does brighten up at all between the downpours, well, mostly 7 to 10 Celsius, maybe 11 or 12 across the southeast for a time early on. The isobars remain fairly close together during Thursday night and Friday, perhaps just opening up a touch, so maybe not as windy on Friday, but still it will be a blustery day with bands of showers, again moving from west to east across the UK. Many eastern areas could well start dry and fine, but the showers will get going. Again, though, they will be moving through fairly rapidly because of the strength of the wind. Temperatures again around about maybe a touch above average, but feeling colder because it will still be blustery and should never be too far away from a shower. Low pressure remains anchored to the north of the UK into the weekend. We could just see further little weather features pushing across the south for a time on Saturday as well. So the weather doesn't really look like settling down certainly for the first half of the weekend. There is a possibility of something a bit drier developing across parts of the south during Sunday and into Monday. But basically, it's looking pretty changeable into the weekend, further spells of rain. And although not as windy as midweek, it will remain fairly blustery. Those weather warnings are in place. Make sure you stay up to date with the latest throughout this week. And the best way to do that is to follow us on social media.